Guys, welcome back to Hike Oregon. Today's video is going to be all about the luxury items that we carry backpacking to make backpacking just a more enjoyable experience. If you are new here, welcome to the Hike Oregon family. I make hiking and backpacking vlogs as well as gear reviews and just general tips and tricks videos to help you become a more confident hiker and backpacker. If you enjoy content like that, click that red subscribe button and the notification bell so that you are notified every time I make a new video. And if you want more content from me, you can always support me over on Patreon, where for as little as just $1, you get a lot of extra content throughout each month. So I've actually made a luxury items video before, just showing you some of the luxury items I carry, but that was a few years ago when I still carried my big DSLR camera and I hadn't had back surgery yet. And for this video, I also asked you guys over on Instagram, I put one of those little question boxes and I had you guys let me know what luxury items you carry to make your backpacking experience more enjoyable. So I will share all those answers with you, but first of all, I wanted to share with you the 3 luxury items that I carry that were not also mentioned by you guys. So the 3 that I came up with that did not appear in the list are my thermocell device, which I got newly at the beginning of this summer in 2025. I loved this. It is definitely a luxury item. It's kind of bulky and it adds extra weight. And if you want to use it while you are cooking and hanging out at camp, you do have to carry an extra fuel canister. My next item is my Thermarest pad. This is a full-length Thermarest pad that I've cut in half. So it is very long, as you can see, but it's not the full thing. But I do carry this not to sleep on. I carry it as a sit pad, lounge pad, pad for sitting in front of my tent, putting on my shoes. I have it for extra padding inside my tent. Like, it's really a multi-use pad. But I do consider this a luxury item because it is not necessary at all. And the third thing that I carry that also no one else mentioned is my tripod that I'm actually filming on right now. It's the Joby GorillaPod. It's not the really small one and it's not the giant one. It's the medium one, but it is bulky. It is heavy. I do carry it because I do film content when I am backpacking. I can just set up my tripod, film myself setting up my tent. I could film the sunset in like a time lapse. I can do all sorts of stuff. So it's nice to have when I'm backpacking, especially if I'm solo backpacking and don't have anyone to help me with content. So now I'm going to go through the list of things that you guys said you carry to make your backpacking experience just that much more enjoyable. The first item, the number 1 mentioned item, was a camp chair, which of course I totally understand. That is definitely a luxury items. They are heavy. Even if you get the most expensive, the most lightweight camp chair, they're still quite heavy and a lot of them can be bulky as well. So definitely a luxury item, but oh my gosh, do they make camp so much more comfortable. The number 2 item, which actually I was surprised by because I don't really consider it a luxury item, is a pillow to sleep on. I guess it's a luxury item just because you can use other things as a pillow, but I think it's a necessity personally. I personally do carry an extra pillow because I have to have a pillow between my knees when I sleep due to having had back surgery. But just having the one head pillow, I really don't consider that a luxury item, but a lot of you guys did. So I thought that was interesting. The number third most mentioned luxury item was alcohol. Whether it be you take a flask or just straight up a whiskey bottle. Some people mentioned those wines in a can. There's also like hard ciders, and a lot of companies now make hard alcoholic drinks in cans, which is then easy to carry backpacking. This is a luxury item that I have also personally enjoyed on the trail. My friend Holly sometimes brings little single shots for us to have at camp. That can just be a really fun little treat. Number 4 most mentioned item was either a book or a Kindle. That is no surprise to me. That's definitely a luxury item, especially a whole book. That can be really heavy. Kindles have actually gotten really small and really lightweight, so that's kind of neat that you can take all sorts of books with you on a Kindle. Number 4 was a real coffee mug, like an insulated coffee mug with a lid. This is something that I might have to start doing because in my little collapsible Sea to Summit mug, the coffee just gets cold so fast. That might be something I have to splurge on in the future, especially if you're going early in the season and it's still really cold out, or late in the season. I mean, it's in the 40s, maybe 30s sometimes in the morning, and you're drinking that coffee. It's cold within like 3 minutes. So it's definitely nice to have. So those were the top 5 things that people mentioned when I asked about luxury items for backpacking. The rest are just one-offs that single people mentioned here or there that I wanted to include in the list. On the lines of coffee is a coffee press, coffee making device, so that you can make real coffee versus instant coffee. Someone mentioned a pee device so that it is not so difficult to pee at night and that maybe you don't even have to get out of your tent. Someone mentioned down pants, and oh my goodness, I've actually been wanting to get down pants for probably 5 years now. I don't know why I haven't. There's pretty reasonable ones on Amazon that you can find. I really should get them, and that would for sure be a luxury item that I would bring. I have actually brought my Outdoor Vitals down booties, and they are super wonderful. So I can't imagine having the down pants and the down booties on and the down jacket. I even have a down beanie. I could just be decked out in down. A few people mentioned real food items versus dehydrated food. So someone mentioned that they take real shelf-stable milk, and then someone else mentioned they take like actual food ingredients and they cook a real meal on the trail, which if you love cooking, that is so awesome. And I bet a real meal after backpacking just tastes so much better than a dehydrated meal. I can't do it. Backpacking for me is like a break from all that real life stuff, and I cook like 5 to 6 days a week at home. So when I'm backpacking, you're not gonna catch me cooking. The next item is like entertainment. So someone mentioned frisbee, hacky sack, playing cards. I have brought playing cards multiple times on backpacking trips. When I was a Graham weenie, I actually got like little tiny playing cards for the trail. Now we just take full-size playing cards. The small ones were actually really hard to play with, but playing cards are really nice, especially if you get to camp early and don't have much to do after camp chores. Someone said that they bring an inflatable inner tube, which makes so much sense, so fun. Now, those can be really heavy, so definitely a luxury item there, but those are so enjoyable. However, just a little tip, you can use your sleeping pad for lounging around on the lake if you want. And the last thing that was mentioned was a hammock. I was actually surprised not more people mentioned this because I see hammocks all the time when I pass people's camps. So I was surprised that actually only one person mentioned a hammock, but I have never taken a hammock backpacking. My friend has taken her hammock backpacking a few times. The hammock itself is usually not very heavy, but then you got to take the straps and stuff, and those can be quite heavy. Definitely definitely a luxury item, but really fun to, especially if you're like at a camp for multiple days and you just have a lot of time to lounge around in the afternoon, just read your book, take a nap, listen to the birds. It's really relaxing. I've taken a hammock day hiking where I just did a short hike and then set up the hammock and hung out. I hope you enjoyed this short, fun little video. Comment down below what luxury items you take backpacking to make your backpacking experience just a little bit more enjoyable. If you don't already, go ahead and follow me over on Instagram. That's where I post all of my recent hiking and backpacking adventure pictures. And if you want to hike and backpack here in this amazing state of Oregon, check out my website, hikeoregon.net. You'll find tons of hiking and backpacking information there. And this time of year, I do have a few posts on prime fall foliage hikes to enjoy during the fall. On the website is also where you will find and can purchase all of the hiking guidebooks that I have written over the years. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next adventure.